Hello YouTube, this is Into SC5R12 here. Today with your local, your up-to-date sports analytics. Yesterday's game of the NBA playoffs for the Denver Nuggets versus the Timberwolves. The playoffs right now with Denver leads 3-0. The score from yesterday's game was 120 to 111. And then we go to the Lakers in the Western Conference in the finals, round one against the Grizzlies. They are tied 1-1 in the series, and then today's game starts at 10 o'clock. We got the Sacramento Kings next. They are the third seed. Sacramento leads 2-0 against the Warriors. Tomorrow's the recent game from Game 2. From Game 3, the Kings lost 97-114 to the Warriors, but Sacramento leads up by 1. The Phoenix Suns against the Los Angeles Clippers. The Suns leads the Clippers by 2-1 in the playoffs round 1. Next up is the Thunder versus the Pelicans versus the Grizzlies. Oh wait, my bad. Grizzlies did not make the playoffs this season. It's the first 8 teams that make the playoffs. So that is your Western Conference rivals in the playoffs. The Eastern, the Bucks in round 1 are playing the Miami Heat, and they're both tied at 1-1. The Celtics, Boston, playing yesterday. They played the Celtics in the round 1 playoffs. The Celtics lead 2-1 with a 122-130 loss against the Hawks in Game 3. The 76ers versus the Brooklyn Nets. The 76ers lead with a 3-0 lead in the game with a Game 4 win against the Brooklyn Nets. Game 4 does play today at 1 p.m. in the round 1 playoffs. Third in the conference. The Cavaliers, they played against the Brooklyn Nets last night, and they lost 79-99 with a home win for the Brooklyn Nets in round 1, Game 3. The Brooklyn Nets, we already know, is losing by 3-0 in the conference. The Bulls don't make the playoffs. So that are your NBA Round 1 playoffs for 2023 update. Right now, we're going to check the standings in the MLB. Right now, in the AL East, is the Rays with 17 wins with 3 losses. Their PCT of .850 with the last 10, 7-3. The Orioles, 12-7 with a .362 for .5 game best and an 8-2 last 10 games. Yankees, they are 12-8 with a .6 PCT with a 5.0 with a 6-4 win last 10 game record. The Blue Jays are 12-8 and a .6 PCT, just like the Yankees. And they're both tied right now in win-loss, with both a 5.0 and 6-4 last 10 games. Red Sox, 11 wins, 10 losses, with a .524 PCT, with a 6.4 game best, and the last 10, 6-4. So 3 teams with a 6-4 last 10 game best in the AL East. The AL Central, the Twins, the Minnesota Twins, are 11-9 with a PCT of .5, and they have a tie last 10 with 5 games apiece. The Guardians are 10-9 with a 5.26, 0.5, and a 5.5, just like the Twins. The Detroit Tigers 7-11 with a .389 PCT with a 3.0 and a 5.5. Three teams in the AL Central tied for the last 10 games, win-loss. Now we get to the White Sox 7-13 with a .350, with a 4.0 and 3.7. And the Royals seems like the worst team in the AL Central right now with a 416.2 and a 7.0 and a 1.9 record in the last 10 games. We are in the last part of the AL West. Rangers are 12-7 with a .362 with last 10 7-3. The Astros 10-10 tied with win-loss with a .5 with a 2.564 win-loss. Angels 10-10, .5, same as the Astros with a 2.5 but a 5.5 record, and they're tied in the last 10 column with the Mariners with a 9-11 win-loss record with a .545 with a 3.5 game best with a 5.5, just like the Angels. And the Athletics, the Oakland A's, with a 416.2, 8.5, and a 2.8 game last 10. The Braves, in the NL East, they are a 14-6 with a .782. The Mets are tied in the last 10 games with the Braves with a 14-7 with a .667 with a 0.5. The Marlins 10-9, a .526, 3.5, and a 7.3 win-loss record in the last 10 games. The Phillies a 9-12 record with a 4.29 with a 5.10 and a 5.5 win-loss in the last 10 games. The Nationals 6-13 with a .36, 7.5, and 3.7. In the NL Central, we have the Brewers with a 14.6.7 PCT with a 7.3 win-loss record in the last 10. The Pirates 14-7 with a .667, 0.5, and a 7.3, tied with the Brewers in the last 10 games win-loss column. The Cubs 12-7, .632, 1.5, 7.3, tied with the Pirates and the Brewers in the last 10 game column. The Cardinals 8-12.4, 6.055 record in the last 10 games. The Cincinnati Reds with a 713.350, 7.0, 7 in the game best. With a 3.7 in the last 10. And finally, the NL West. The Diamondbacks are 12-9 with a 5.7155. The Dodgers with a 10-11 record. A 10-11 win-loss. With a .76, 2.0, and a 4.6. The Padres 10-12. And it looks like the last two teams are the worst in the NL West are the Giants and the Rockies with both a 6. The Giants with a 6-13 and a 6-15 win-loss column total with a .36 for the Giants and a 2.86 for the Rockies. With a 5.0 for the Giants and a 6.0 for the Rockies and a 2.8 win-loss in the last 10 games for the Giants and a 1.9 win-loss for the last 10 games for the Rockies. That is your NLB stat ranking updates. It's still a long season, but it's a long way for some teams in the NL and the AL. Motorsports, NASCAR. The last race was Saturday, April 15th, was at Martinsville. Your winner for this race was Joe Nemechek. And the Craftsman trucks, Friday, April 14th, was Corey Heim at Martinsville. And in the Cup Series for Martinsville, at Martinsville Speedway, was Kyle Larson in the number 5 Chevrolet. That is your motorsport update for that. And IndyCar, it was team, I think, Penske that won that race. So that is your motorsports updates for 2023. Thank you for joining me through going through the sports updates and your local sport, your updates for sports around the league for both the NBA, the MLB, and motorsports. This is N2C5R12, signing out for now.